So, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this. So I have my blocks handy in case I need them. I have a wall and a tie. So we're gonna just stand in any comfortable way. Just find your comfortable stance. And we're going to do the daily energy routine. So just take a moment to tune in to how you're feeling right now. Just notice your energy. Notice inside your body. Notice your surrounding body. So just so that you could tune in and see if there's any difference after we do this daily energy routine. So the first thing we're going to do is just tap on the cheekbones. So this is tapping on different meridians, which are energy streams. Good. Start to breathe. Good. And then we're going to tap, these are called the K27s, the end of the kidney meridian. It's right by the little bumps here on the collarbone. You go down an inch and over, and you could rub them vigorously. Just give them a vigorous rub. If you use a few fingers, you will get that spot. On many people, this spot is sore, so it's a good thing to rub it, dub it. Start to breathe. Good. Beautiful. And then the thymus. It's really funny because the thymus is where the heart chakra is, and the sound of that, I believe, is So it's funny that Tarzan did because that is the vowel sound for the chakra, the heart chakra. So go, you can do a little, you're in your home, do a little, breathe in and go So they say the thymus produces T cells. Good. And now we'll do the spleen points. Okay, so it's right over here. You could rub. I like to take my knuckles. Some people take their pincers. I like knuckle gets a little bit more surface. You just go rub, 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 rub. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So there's a few exercises in the daily routine, but if you don't do anything at all, do the 4 thumps, the cheekbones, the kidney points, the thymus, and the spleen. You can feel a difference already. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is cross crawl. So when we're infants, the right hemisphere is the right side of the brain, and the left hemisphere is the left side of the brain, is what it controls. But as infants start to flail and cross the midline, the hemispheres cross, and we have that cross crawling, and our brain communicates with our whole body. So one easy way to just do a cross crawl would be opposite arm and opposite leg. But to cross the midline, we'll go like this. So just give yourself, so you could go like this, or if you want to be more rigorous, or you can even be like that. Good, 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 good. And just breathe and tap and cross your eyes. No kidding. Good, good. And now take your right leg and cross it over. Put your left arm here and your right arm here. This is one that I added as just a nice cross. Just breathe in to crossing your midline. We'll take 3 breaths here and then we'll switch. Good. And then you can go here and cross the other way. Think. Just put the other one on top and just breathe. Good. Now just bring your hands here. We're gonna bring the hands up here and just rub them together vigorously. And this connects heaven and earth. Just give yourself a nice rigorous. So it doesn't matter if it's your right or left, we're just going to be switching each side. And just breathe in, hold the breath, and you're flexing your wrists, stretch. So this is another spleen stretch actually. And then exhale and switch. And exhale and switch. And exhale. Breathe in, hold it. And last time, hold. And exhale. Breathe in and hold. Really push up, push down. Good. And then just bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, just feel. Good. So we're going to do, this is called a Celtic weave. So your hands are here, just feel. And then we're going to rub the palms together. And I'll show you what it looks like. So you're going to bring your elbows together and you're crossing up here, mid body, and then the legs. And then what we're going to do is we fluff up our aura. So we're going to start like this, give it a little rub. Actually, bring your hands here. See if you could feel the tingling in your palms. And then your elbows cross, cross, cross. Now, as though you're fluffing up a down blanket, feel as though you're fluffing up your own energy field. So you have that tingling in your hands. You could do it again, fluff, 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 fluff. And then I always like to add with a nice figure 8. So figure 8s. Or you can 8 like this. However you want, big or small. Figure 8s are in our DNA. And then we're going to go from the pubic bone, just zip up to your lower lip. Just zip it in. It locks it in. Good. And just bring your hands to your heart and your belly. You can have a soft gaze. Just feel the energy inside your body and in your energy field. And just breathe in. Hopefully you feel brighter and lighter and freer. Okay, so now that you're all energized up, we're going to do just a couple of standing poses, and then we're going to be doing our wall work, okay? So make sure you can see me. So inhale the arms up and grab a hold of your left arm and exhale over. And inhale up, other wrists, exhale over. Breathe in, open up the arms, bring the hands to your sacrum, your lower back, press your pelvis forward, thigh bones back, and just let your heart and nose stretch to the ceiling. Feel the wings, your shoulder blades, lifting up your heart space. Good. And then slide your hands around, down your thighs, and just come over. And if you have blocks, you can use your blocks, or you could bend your knees. And just shake your head, yes and no. Move your shoulders. Draw your navel in. Good. Beautiful. Now inhale halfway up. Flat back, and then soften, bow down. And again, breathe in. And exhale, just bow. Good. Again, breathe in, flat back. Exhale. Open up the palms, come all the way up again. And we'll stretch. We'll just repeat that little sequence, this time to the other side. Breathe in. Just make this a nice, luxurious stretch. And in, and open up, little baby back bend. Lift the thighs, press into your palms and your palms back, pelvis forward, tailbone under. And then bring your hands over the hips, slide them down to a forward fold. Again, shake your head, yes and no. Shoulders. Breathe in halfway up, and this is where you could use your blocks if you like. Down, and in, and just bow down. Breathe in. It's as though the body's breathing you. Down. And last time, breathe in and down. And then opening up the palms one more time. Stretch and bring your hands down to your heart. So I'm going to move my blocks away for now. Good. And just come into spreading your toes. Good. Spread those toes, feel your feet, big toe mound, go all the way across to your pinky, feel the metacarpals, lift your arches, feel the center of your heel, and draw your thigh muscles up towards the groin, feel like your little contraction. Good, bring your hands to your hips, push down on your hip crest, feel the tailbone going under. Feel your lumbar spine though. You want to have that lumbar spine. So first actually let your butt come out so you feel your lumbar spine, and then let the tailbone draw down. Good. And now lift your rib cage nice and light. Hands up, lift your shoulder girdle. Rake across. And just bring your hands limp in your neck. Good. Beautiful. So we're going to bring our arms into cactus arms, or stick them up. Stretch your fingers, really give them a nice big stretch. And your elbows are out from your shoulders. And take a big step forward with your right foot, okay? Spread the toes. So I'm going to bring my right hip back and down. This thigh back, but the hip forward. So I'm kind of squaring my hips. Really open up that heart space. Stretch those pectoral muscles. Good. So now when we inhale, I'm going to be lifting my heel and my fingertips are touching like this above my head. Stretch. And exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Stretch and reach. Lift that back heel. The front knee still has a bend. And take a bigger bend when it comes down. Up and down. And up and down. Good. Now step back. And we're going to do that with the other side. So just bend the knee. Okay, if you need to rest, rest. Back up. Okay, so inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. More. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heel. Inhale, exhale, 2 more. Good. Last and down. Beautiful. Come back. Big breath in and out. All right, so we're going to do some fun things at the wall. And the wall can give you some strength as well. We're going to start with a warrior 2. So I'm at my wall and I'm just putting my toes up the wall. My metatarsals are on the floor, okay? And I want to look at my knee and bring my knee over my second and third toes. And my back leg, I'm going to make my edge of my back foot parallel to my mat, okay? So I'm starting like this. You straighten your legs to begin with, right? Now stick your butt out first. Let your thighs come back, and then let those thighs stay energetically back as your tailbone comes under. And then we're going to bend this knee. So look at the knee, but it's over your ankles. And I want you to just bring your hands here for now. Push into this wall with your foot. Feel the metatarsals on the floor. Feel the outer edge of this leg. And now energetically, draw yourself into center, like your bones and your skeletal, and let the muscular energy radiate out. So we have these two forces happening to give us stability. So feel energetically strong in those legs, and you're pushing into the wall, but yet you're also drawing into center simultaneously. So because we're close to the wall, I'm just going to turn my arms in an external rotation, right? Turn this wrist, and this one's going to come here like this, okay? So I'm bending. Now I'm pushing into the wall to help me stay strong and straight. And let this arm stretch away. Turn the palm up. Good. And now make your shield. Now if you want to get even deeper, you can always toe heel. And as we're here with the support of the wall, I want you to feel your sit bone to heel connection. This sitting bone is moving to that heel. Feel the other sitting bone to the other heel. Good. And then draw into center. Beautiful. Bring this hand here. This arm stretches. Now even bend the knee a little more as you come into a windswept warrior. Stretch. See, we're stretching those spleen points. Breathe. Beautiful. And straighten this leg. Bring the hand here. Bring this hand behind you. And we're going to come into a triangle. So I'm stretching up the wall. Draw those thigh muscles up. Bring this arm over. Let your heart face the wall in front of you. And stretch. Just reach and stretch. Feel the outer edge of that back foot. Push into the wall and stretch. Good. And come up. Turn the foot. If you want, you can even have the foot against the wall. Just hinge over for a moment. Slide down. Shake your head, yes and no. And slide back up. Good. So we're going to do that on the other side. I don't want my back facing you, so I'm going to do it this way this time, okay? So, other foot, toes up the wall, outer edge. So I'm getting my outer edge parallel, not on my mat, but I have a line on my floor. So maybe I'll go to even further, right? Remember, this foot, leg can toe heel, back and forth. This one's your foundation, okay? So really push those toes. Bend the knee. Look at your knee. Is it tracking over the second and third toes? You don't want it here. Very rarely you'll go back there. Okay? So now let's stick the butt out, thighs back, and then bring it under so you feel nice and straight. Good. So, tailbone under, pubic bone is lifted a little. I'm going to bring this hand to the wall. So externally rotate. Just flip your palm and bend the knee. And you are a warrior. Feel, push into the floor. Push away and push into center. Just play with that energy going out and away and back into center. And find that powerful place where you are grounded but uplifted. radiating out from the core. Good, and you can make a shield. Now I'm going to bring this hand here. I'm going to bend that knee a little more as I stretch up. My pelvis is moving to that wall, back wall, and I'm stretching over into a windswept warrior. Now straighten up, both legs. I'm going to bring this hand behind me so I could just hinge. I'm hinging at my hips. Draw those thigh muscles up and stretch over. Breathe. Push into the wall with your hands even to get more power. Good. Very nice. And come back up. Turn the foot so you're parallel to the wall, to your parallel feet. Hinge over. Slide. Pull yourself through. Shake, shake, shake. Slide up. And over. Good. Okay, so just shake out for a moment. Walk around, feel your legs. Good. Just checking for time because I don't have a clock today. So we're going to do a few more. So stretch out, shake out. Notice the power of the wall. Okay, so standing up against the wall, bring your heels. Now I have a molding, and that kind of, shifts things just a little bit. So I want you to thigh bones back, tailbone under. See if you could bring your arm bones back, your head back, and press your arms against the wall. Push into the wall with the back of your head, your shoulder blades, if you could feel them, with your tailbone. Good. It's a great way to get into alignment. Okay, so I'm going to step forward a little bit. And I'm just going to slide down the wall with my back against the wall. So you can bring your arms like this. This is a leg strengthener, so spread those toes. You're over those second and third toes. Feel your thigh muscles. Good. And then come back up. Bring your arms up, and we're going to hinge into chair pose. So you could slide down the wall with your sitting bones. If you want, you can even step a little bit more forward. See how far you can get your sitting bones. So this is an exploration. You can explore how far forward you need to be, right? And get into that stretchy chair pose. You're still feeling your legs, even though your tailbone and sitting bone might be on the wall. And then come back up and down and just feel. So we have a couple more we're going to do on the wall. So this one, I'm about 6 inches away from the wall. I'm leaning against the wall, and I'm going to just put my ankle up on the bottom of my thigh. And I'm flexing my foot. Let's stand up straight. So you can even hold on to the wall if you like. Stand up straight and let this thigh bone stretch towards the floor. Arm bones back, tailbone under. Good. Now flex this foot. And karate chop with your pinky edge. See, I'm getting like a little karate chop there, right? So I'm leaning against here. I'm going to bring my palms and I'm going to slide down the wall. Push your palms together and just gaze a few feet in front of you. Now, if you want, you can come away from the wall and feel your balance. push, karate chop, descend the thigh. Good. We'll do that on the other side. Okay. So first, I'm going to stand up straight, try to get this thigh bone to knee towards the floor, right? Flexing my foot. As I bend, I'm like karate chopping with the side of my foot. So I'm gonna lean against the wall for the beginning. Press your palms and just slide down the wall. Good. Gaze in front. And if you want, you can remove yourself from the wall. So you're hinging, it's a half chair. And just find your balance. Find your breath. Good. And just feel, bring your hands in your heart. Just feel the energy. Feel how powerful and strong those poses are. Even a little aerobic. Good. So we're going to do one that you might want to use your tie, so you can get your tie handy. You don't have to use the tie, but it's an option. So I'll bring mine here for now. So I'm going to use the wall again, and I think I'll do this one for you sideways. So my hands on the wall, right? And I'm going to lift one leg, and I'm going to try to hold on to the pinky edge. Now, this is where your tie can come in. So I'm going to face you for this also. Well, actually, I'll do it this way. So you see, the most important part is your torso, your spine. I could grab onto my foot. Now, if I'm like this, all hunched over and round, what's the point? These are your appendages, your arms and legs. You take them as far as they can go. It's the spine and the torso that we want long. Okay, so if you can, bring it into parallel, thigh bone of the standing leg back, tailbone under, arm bones back, crown reaching. Now you could just stay right here, or if you can try to press through the heel and straighten your leg. Now notice I'm keeping my spine long, I'm not giving it up. And you could even turn it out to the side. So I want you to explore that. And if you're using the tie, it would be like this. You'll get more of a range of motion. So, see? And then you can go like that. You might even get a better stretch. It's a variation. Good. Now, if you like, you can even try to raise this arm and stretch. We call that the ta-da pose. You go, ta-da. Okay. So let's try that on the other side. With or without the tie. Arm on the wall. Bend the knee. Straighten. Just breathe into that beautiful long torso. Arm bones back. Heart space open. Feel expansive. And grab onto your pinky edge. And if you can do a, keeping your shin parallel, great. So see if I bow with my knee bent, no. I want to thigh bone back. And softness in my elbow. I'm not trying to lock out my elbow. And just press. And you can come up to a half ta-da or a full ta-da. You go ta-da. And then you can come back and try to play with bringing it out to the side. And you could do ta-da. Ta-da. So the wall's our friend because it's there for support, not as a crutch. It's there to give us the confidence and security to be able to move away from it if we choose and come back if we need it. So the last one we're going to do before we come down, well, maybe not, we'll see, 2 more. One is stretching the quadricep muscle, and we'll do a little baby dancer. So I'm going to come back to the wall. This is where you can also use a tie. And the first thing I'm going to do is just grab on. You could grab onto your ankle or your foot, put your thumb in the center below your metatarsals. Good. And just bring the heel towards your glute. So wherever it is, I'm bending my elbow, bringing it, and I want my legs to be together. I don't want my knee out. I want it as parallel to the other one. So I'm squeezing my thighs towards each other. My tailbone is down, my arm bones are back, my crown is lifting. Just feeling that beautiful stretch in my thigh. Good. And then release. We're going to do that to the other side. Same thing. Hold on wherever you can. Right? Bending my elbow. Take a few breaths. Good. All right, so we're going to come back to the first side, and that might be the variation you're doing today. But if you want to go a little deeper, okay, so I'm holding on again, getting my alignment back. And then I like to do this with a bent elbow because then when I push my thigh back and I could slide down, my arm will straighten, right? So this is a variation of the dancer pose. You could be a baby dancer, my arm here, but as it goes. So I'm using the wall as my support today. And then maybe I could take my arm off. Okay? So the closer you are, you're going to get the feeling of the pose, of the stretch. I'm stretching out across the wall. Right? So give that a little try. And then we'll try that on the other side. Okay, bend the elbow. Stretch this arm. So the first baby dancer is like this, pressing the thigh back, stretching up and back. It's a bow. And then I could just come over, pushing into my hand, pushing away. So use the wall or come away from it if you feel like you have the balance today. So just feel that. So we are going to come down to the floor. We're going to do a dog against the wall just to stretch our back out from those poses. And then we're going to do some restorative poses on the floor. Just let your body integrate all those strong poses we just did. So bring the balls of your feet against the floorboard or wall, and your toes, let them curl down towards the floor. So I just have the balls of my feet, not my heels. And I'm going to separate my hands so that the center of my wrists are by my outer shoulders, right? And claw the floor, and then just come into a dog. Now you might want to step away, come a little closer. So now my heels are on the wall, and I like to do it like a swing or a sling. Just stretch, pulse yourself back and forth. Good. And then come down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Good. Just rest for a moment, let your body absorb. So any comfortable pose, if this is good for you. Take a few breaths and you can even sigh it out. And stretch your legs up and just give yourself a little jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Rub your wrists. Good. Just give yourself a little massage. Those muscles that work so hard, so strong. Good. Kick your butt. I'm just going to do a little restorative to come into center and let your nervous system reset. We'll do some relaxing poses after that. So just cross your arms. Your feet are as wide as your mat. Let your thigh bones turn in. Knees touch, inner thighs touching. You're going to take 5 breaths. And then you'll just switch your arms and do another 5 breaths. And just allow yourself to come to center and calm. Sometimes when we do something new, our brain and body need to catch up and integrate. And switch your arms. Good. Now, if you have a block or a book, we're going to take the block and we're going to do a restorative bridge. So you're going to take the block. You could start like this. Some people eventually move a little higher. And it's not necessary, but if you want the deepest back bend, this is kind of restorative, so you don't need to be, like overstretching to your max. People put it like this. So just gonna lift up and put it under my sacrum, right? And then I'm gonna roll my shoulders open, right? So I have a nice opening. This is a back bend, a supported back bend. And so your feet are on the ground. And we're gonna stay here for a few minutes, okay? So just come into your supported. If you need to cover yourself, because we're winding down into some relaxing poses. So just come into that pose. Spend a few minutes, feel the opening. And actually breathe into the opening to the front of your body. Relaxing your jaw. Softening your senses. Allowing your breath to come to a nice relaxed pace. Feel the soft silkiness of your breath. Feel the back of your head on the ground. You could tip your chin a little. You don't want to have your neck in an uncomfortable position. So feel your neck long. Make any adjustments with your neck. Relax your arms. Feel the beautiful opening of the heart space. Relax the solar plexus. And the pelvis. And the root. Relax your legs. Just let your whole body feel relaxed. Just feel your breath. Feel as though the universe is breathing you. You're not inhaling, but the universe is breathing into you, filling you. And as you exhale, you're breathing back into the universe. So fill yourself with breath, prana, life force. And if you like, you can remove the block, and we will spend a couple of moments in Shavasana. If you'd like to stay on the block, you're certainly welcome. Just let the bones be heavy. Let your bones just sink down. Let the muscles melt. And very slowly, make your way over into a fetal position. And slowly come up to a seated position. And I'd like you to be in a comfortable seated position. Because if you're not comfortable, you'll be thinking about how uncomfortable you are. So if you want to sit in a chair, you're certainly welcome. If not, just bring your sitting bones back. You could turn your thigh bones in and massage your calf muscle out. Right? You can always elevate, sit on a block or a blanket, because you want your tail, your pubic bone to tip down, so you have that nice, beautiful lumbar curve in your spine, right? So the pubic bone tips down, you have the lumbar curve, heart space open, arm bones back. And we're going to do the 3-part breath and add the ocean sounding breath, okay? So filling yourself, we're going to fill to the count of 3 to the bottom, middle, and top part, right up to your clavicles. So imagine you're pouring water, like water, you're pouring into your vessel. So breathing in. And then exhale as though you're exhaling from the top, 2, 3, middle, bottom. So the navel does come in as you're exhaling, but the air is emptying from the top, filling into the bottom. Okay, so let's do a couple of breaths. 2, 3. And empty. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And breathing in. And emptying. Good. Now breathing in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth, making the ha sound. Again, breathe in. And breathe in. Now next time, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose, but here, make that ha sound, it's a little contraction of the glottis. Just slows the breath. Okay, so breathing in. Try not to snore, let the snore come from your throat. So I'd like you to take 5 ocean sounding breaths. Good, and just breathe normally. See if your breath has become more expansive, fuller. Good. So we're going to do an alternate nostril Kapalabhati breath, which we have done. The Kapalabhati breath is the forceful exhalation. So it's the navel comes towards the spine in a forceful exhalation, and the inhalation happens subtly. You're not thinking inhale, just the air comes rushing in after you exhale. Okay, so alternate nostril. It's like, you might need a tissue. It's like blowing your nose. One thumb, this is my right hand, you can use your right hand. And you breathe in, and you're gonna breathe out your left nostril, close up your right, so it's, and then I alternate. Now I'm breathing out my right. Next time you breathe in through your left, release, and breathe out through both nostrils. Take a normal breath in. This is definitely a cleansing breath. It's good for the cleansing. It cleanses the bottom from the bottom of the lungs, and you're clearing your passageways with the alternate nostril. Now we're just going to do a gentle alternate nostril, breathing in without the Kapalabhati, breathing in through your left and out through your right. So there are many variations. It's called Nadi Shodhana, which is a balancing breath. It balances both hemispheres, sides of the body. So you're going to do the thumb and the ring finger, breathe in and out. So what I'd like to do is close off the right, you're just gonna breathe in through the left, close off the left, and breathe out through the right. Close off the right, breathe in through the left. So you're just breathing in through the left and out through the right. And we're gonna do a few rounds. What I'd like you to try to access is just focusing on that breath, calming yourself, coming into center, clearing the mind as much as possible. Okay, so breathe in. Tip your chin a little. Now as you breathe in through the left, imagine you're breathing right up to your third eye, and then breathe out from the third eye through the right nostril. Third eye's between your brows. So the next time you breathe out through your right, release and breathe in through both nostrils. And breathe out through both nostrils. And you can bring your hands with the thumb and forefinger, or you can cradle them in your lap, however you're comfortable. And we're going to end with the mantra Hum Sa. So as you breathe in, silently say hum, and as you breathe out, silently say Sa. Thoughts will come and thoughts will go. Don't give them energy, observe them, and just come back to the mantra. Let the mantra be in your field of awareness, right? In the field of like a pearl sitting in the sand, or whatever image, flower. Keep coming back to that. And just as thoughts come, as emotions, sensations, anything that arises, just like the waves of the ocean, just let them come and go, clouds in the sky, come and go. And just sit with the mantra. Okay, so we'll just spend a couple of minutes with the mantra. And then slowly release the mantra. Just take a few breaths. And notice without judgment the quality of your breath. And the quality of your mind. And how your physical body is feeling in this very moment. And just breathing in, connecting the physical, the breath, and the mind. Feeling yourself a unified whole, the wholeness of you, integrated, centered, aligned, and grounded, but open to the highest energy. So bring your hands into prayer, let your thumbs just lift up your heart. Let's seal our practice by chanting the universal sound of Om. Breathing in. Thank you. Namaste. Wait, sorry, what I did here. So I always need glasses, just put on screen share.